나 혼자 있는데? 아니, 그게 아니라, 선생님, 응. Hello.
Hello, 안녕하세요. How are you?
I'm good.
Oh, awesome. Let's see. I guess Miss Linda is not in the channel with us, but my name is Katie, and you can either call me Teacher Katie or Miss Katie. I'm very casual. You do not have to call me teacher. You can just call me Miss Katie. When we have class, if you need to get my attention, like you do not understand something I am telling you, or you want to ask a question, all you have to do is be like, 저기요, excuse me, and I'll stop what I'm doing and we will go over what you have a question about. Sound good?
Okay.
Awesome. All right. You like science?
No.
No. I love science. I like space and dinosaurs and rocks and volcanoes, and they're all very cool. Spaceships. Awesome. The first thing we're going to be learning about in our summer series is the human body. And there are lots of different parts to the human body. We have our external parts, and then so on the outside, and we have lots of really cool internal or inside parts that do a lot of things that are really gross, but also really cool. Like, did you know that if your liver started to get really sick, it regenerates itself? You grow more liver if your liver gets damaged. It just grows more of itself and repairs itself like magic. That's cool, huh? Yeah. Do you know how many bones the human body has?
I don't
No?
know.
Okay. Let me open a book, and I will share it with you. But you have more bones when you are a baby than when you are an adult because your bones fuse together to just create one bone in some places where it was two or three bones. They join together. That's very cool. Let me open this book. Not a book about bugs. I'm looking for, aha, the human body. Let's see. Where is it? Well, I had if I can find it. Where is my one about skin? Oh, I can't find it. Let's see. Oh, well, I'll tell you how many bones we have though. Let's see. Let me find the amount for when you are a baby though, because the amount difference is very cool. Okay. Okay. When you are a child, you have 300 bones in your body when you are a baby or a child. And as you get to someone your age, your bones join together. And by then, you only have about 206 bones in your body. So you go from 300. Oh, where's my dry erase marker? Oh, there it is. You go from having 300 bones in your body down to 206. You have lost almost 100 separate bones in your body because they joined together to create larger bones. Ah, only the human body, man. The inside of your skull contains your what? Do you know what's inside your skull?
I don't know.
Ah, okay. So we have all of these bones and they have many different functions. You have, let me, if I can pull up this picture, it's not the human body. Where is it? Ah, oh no, it's sideways. That won't work. Oh, well, here, this will. Share screen. Here we go. Can you see this?
Let
Yeah, this is our skull, right? It is very hard. Oh my goodness. As do you see these cracks over here? They look like lines in your skull, right? That is where the bones joined and fused together, right? When you are a baby, it is many separate pieces. And that is why you have to be careful with babies' heads. But as you grow older, all of the bones fuse together and it becomes one large thing, your skull. So instead of being many different bones, it's just one. It's just your skull. And inside of there is your brain. All right. Now, your brain has lots of wrinkles. You know, like how old people have lots of wrinkles, right? Old people are very wrinkly, lots of wrinkles in their skin. Your brain is really wrinkly. It has lots of different folds. Have you seen pictures of a brain before? Let's see. Let me find a picture of your brain. Oh no, those are your muscles. Oh, that's sideways. Picture of your brain. Oh no. Let's see if I can find one on here. No, no, no. Here we go. This works. I'll share this instead. Share screen. Okay. Now you should be able to see this. This is your brain. Look how wrinkly that is. There are many folds in it and lots of wrinkles. The more wrinkled an animal's brain is, the smarter it is. Yes. If you ever opened up a koala and saw its brain is very smooth because koalas are very dumb. They are cute, but they're not very smart. They will fall out of a tree and they don't even know they fell out of the tree. They're, they are so silly. And because their brain is so smooth and they are so dumb, poor little animals, they have to have a lot of cushioning around their brain inside of their skull. So they have a lot of fluid. A human brain has fluid around it as well. Let's see this picture here. You'll notice all of this. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Da, 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 da. Okay. Over here, you will notice that there is this white layer around it, correct?
Yes.
All of that is fluid or liquid that surrounds your brain inside your skull. And that is to cushion it like a helmet. So you have some padding in the form of cushion, and you have your really hard skull like a helmet to make sure that you do not damage or hurt your brain, because your brain is super important. It has lots of different parts to it that control different functions of your body. How you think, how you feel, being able to walk and run and be able to smell. Let's see. No, parts of the brain. Oh, that's complicated. Let's do this. Here we go. Here is an easy one. All right. So we have this frontal lobe section and let me see if I can get a bigger picture of this. Oh no. Let's have a large, oh, that is a very large picture. Okay. Well, you have this front part here, and this is called the frontal lobe. That's all of this. This up here. Where's your frontal lobe at? You want to show me? Mine's here. Whoa, it takes up the whole front half of your head. It goes from here all the way to here, to the middle of your head on the top front part. Yes. And that part is responsible for problem solving, right? Your creative thinking. So, how well you can sing or dance or draw or play video games, even. All of that is happening because of your frontal lobe. And it controls your judgment. If you did not have a frontal lobe, you could not smell. You would lose your sense of smell. You would not be able to move your muscles or anything like that, or pay attention in class. But when I was young, I had a hard time paying attention in class anyways, and I don't think it had anything to do with my frontal lobe. School is boring sometimes, yeah? Yeah. All right, so we have our frontal lobe. That is our puzzle solver, our muscle mover, our feelings motivator. And then we have our temporal lobe, which is this over here. This big pink part is our temporal lobe. And what's happening over there is our memory and our sight and our hearing. Okay.
Yes.
So I have my temporal lobe. That is where your temporary or your short-term memory resides, right? But also your long-term memory resides in there as well, right? So if you are really good at remembering things, then your temporal lobe is very well developed and probably a larger portion than another person's temporal lobe would be, because the parts of a human's brain are also different sizes depending on what you are better at. So if a person were better at hand-eye coordination, right? And reflexes. Oh, like sports. Do you like sports?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So if you are really good at sports, then that is going to mean that your motor cortex and your temporal lobe are probably bigger than another person's are. And your motor cortex is, oh, where is it? That's partial lobe, occipital lobe. Function. I don't see it on this thing. Ah, well, I think this is part of your parietal lobe. Oh, yes, parietal lobe. And that is this blue part here, or up here it looks orange. So this part over here and this part over here, if you are good at sports, they're going to be bigger than maybe someone like me, who likes art and drawing and things like that, where this front part of my brain would be bigger and these parts would be a little smaller, because I am not very good at hand-eye coordination or things like sports or video games, right? So we have all these different parts that control our brain. And then this part here, your cerebellum, this very back part here, is going to be for things like balance, coordination, motor learning. Have you been watching the Olympics?
Yes.
Yes. So people like gymnasts have a larger region back here than other people do, right? And this is why they are so good at this balance, not only because they practice really hard, but they also have the natural talent and the natural physical capabilities within their brain to help them control things like balance and stuff like that, you know, and coordination and like motor learning. So motor learning means movement skills. So fine motor skills would be how precisely you can move your fingers. Large motor learning would be how easily you can control your limbs and stretch them. All right. All of those cool things. And, you know, not only do you need like big muscles to be able to do things like if you wanted to play soccer, or do you guys call it soccer or football there? Is it football or soccer in Korea?
Soccer.
Soccer? Okay. Now we call it soccer here too. So say if you were playing soccer, you need really strong legs, right?
Yes.
Yes. And you need a lot of endurance, like, oh, good breathing skills and a lot of energy. right? But in order for you to be able to control these things that your body is doing, you also need a large part of the brain to control what your muscles down there are doing. So all of these cool things happen in the body. And we don't even know about most of them going on. We just do stuff without even thinking about it. All right, let's stop share. Okay. Some other cool things going on with your body are your five senses, right? Do you know what those are? Can you tell me what the five senses are?
Taste,
Mm-hmm.
hear, touch, and
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. You told me taste. Oh no, my marker is it's not very good. Let's try this again. Okay. You have told me taste. And what else?
hear,
Hearing. Yes. Smell.
and smell.
Oh, sorry about this is there's a glare on my, oh no. Oh, get in there, you. Nope. I'm sorry about the glare on my camera. There's a shine coming from the light. Okay. There we go. That should be better. No more shiny light. All right. So we have our taste. We have our hearing. We have smell. And it can either smell great or it can smell bad. And what else do we have? Touch. Yeah, we have touch. And we have sight. Sorry about that. Yeah, for seeing. We have sight. When something happens to us, like we lose our sight or we lose our sense of hearing, the body compensates or makes up for our lack in one thing. It says, oh no, you can't see? I'm going to make your smell better and your hearing better to help you survive. Right? So the body goes, I got you, fam. I'm going to help you out because we're chingus, right? I'm going to be like, all right, no sight, better smell. No taste, better hearing or better touch, right? You become more sensitive in your other senses when you lose one or more of them. There is a really cool thing where sometimes they even get crossed. You don't lose them, but they get mixed up. And it's so have you ever heard of people who can see sounds so they can see music, or they can taste sounds? When you're when your senses get mixed up like that, it is something called synesthesia. That's a hard one. Do you want to try saying it though? It goes synesthesia. Synesthesia. It's spelled like this. Oh no, it's wet. That's why my markers aren't writing. I forgot my paper here is wet. I need to dry it. Silly Miss Katie. Yeah, okay. It's good to go now. All right. So we have this thing called synesthesia. Oh no, I'm running out of, oh, there we go. Okay, I barely got it in there. Synesthesia. And what happens is that the wiring, like the electrical systems in your house, right? You have earbuds in, right? The wires go down and they connect to your computer. And they connect in a certain way so that you are able to hear sounds through your earbuds. But what would happen if you connected it to something else or it got crossed up and all of a sudden, instead of hearing things through your earbuds, it magically gave you sight, like virtual reality? Huh? Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. The body does that sometimes, though. So, what will happen is they hear a sound or they hear music, and colors will come into, like, almost out of thin air, will come into their field of vision. So, they will see in colors what they are hearing because their body mixes it up on the inside where all of their electrical impulses and wiring happens, right? So say instead of, if we have our brain, and I apologize in advance for the way that my brain looks. It's not a very good one. Let's try to, okay, here's our brain. And if I have the different parts of it. Oh gosh. Here's this part. Here's this part. This part. Okay. So if I have something that should be controlled by this part, but instead this part over here is saying, no, I want to be in charge of it instead, then your functions will get mixed up. Right? I don't know. It's very cool. Your body does a lot of weird things. Some other cool things that happen in a body, not a human body per se, but remember how we talked about at the beginning how your liver will regenerate, right? So say if something happened to you and we're going to pretend that this large blob here is your liver, but say something happened to it and a huge chunk of it went missing in a horrible accident. Oh no, part of your liver is now gone. Your body will grow more liver. It just, oh no, I need to grow more liver until it becomes whole again. All right. There are some lizards in the animal kingdom that can regrow parts of their body as well. Do you know of any animals that can regrow their body parts?
Monkey.
No, they cannot regrow their tails. But some lizards, like geckos, can. If you cut off their tail, they grow a whole new one. Freaky, but super awesome, right? So if I were a gecko and someone took my tail, or if I were a salamander and someone stole my tail, I could just grow a new one. I'd be like, that's okay. I'm gonna make a new one. Did you know that if you chopped an earthworm right in half, if you cut an earthworm in half, it will then become two separate earthworms. It regrows. The part that gets chopped up, both parts live. Both parts of that earthworm that were cut in half now are like two different earthworms. That's kind of cool, huh?
Yes.
Because an earthworm has a brain at both ends of its body. So if you cut it in half, it would still function. Ugh, animals are really neat, right? The things that your body can do are really cool. Let's see. Like, oh, wait, I was going to say something about sweat, but I just noticed our time is up. This was getting really fun. Well, I don't know if I ever got your name. Let me attempt it. I see it there. Wait, that's a J sound. Two. Oh,
Hyunsung.
Hyunsung?
Yes.
Ah, is your last name June? Was that what the this was? It was, what did you have up there? I've been curious to try to pronounce my students' names correctly. I am in the process of learning Korean because I think Korean sounds really cool. So I've been trying to learn it. Well, it was a lot of fun, Hyunsung, and I really enjoyed class. I hope you did. And next time we are going to be talking about things we can see in the sky and the atmosphere. So stuff like clouds and the stars and the solar system, planets and stuff. So that should be really cool. All right.
Yes.
All right. Bye. I hope your day goes well and you have fun.
Bye.
Bye.